What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and hey, happy Christmas Eve out there to everybody who celebrates the holiday. It's time real quick for another episode in between your bouts of seeing all of your family and like getting free stuff and other Christmas type things of the Forgotten Race review. Today, it's another template Mr. Mark Perez requests we talk about the Animal Lord, and so we shall. Hey, if you guys have any requests, by the by, they go in the comments, and remember that patrons get to jump, honestly, a really long line. Speaking of patrons, this episode of the Forgotten Race review was brought to you in part by Jeremy Kevin Styles. Thanks for your help, man. Now, let's hit it. Okay, so the Animal Lord is more or less the same idea as a lycanthrope, and so comes from the same lore. To get right to the point, follow this card right up here if you want to learn more about our werewolfen brethren, but these guys are just a little more important. In Pathfinder, when the gods of nature, or powerful spirits or similar entities, desire a champion to defend the animal world, they invest a small fraction of their power in a chosen vessel, be it an animal or a humanoid. Traditionally, only one animal lord for a specific animal is active on any world at any time, but when an extant animal lord strays from its charge or otherwise fails, the force that created it might well create a replacement to send against the fallen animal lord. Yeah, kinda paladin-y. It's nice. Animal lords don't dwell among humanity. How they interact with a humanoid society largely depends on how that society treats the animal of that particular lord's affinity. More on that in a sec. Societies that honor and respect those animals, even if they use them as food, earn the animal lord's respect, grudging or otherwise, but those who abuse or otherwise harm animals of that lord's species find a powerful and ardent enemy. But how, oh how, you ask, do you play this? Well, it's a template. Templates do not appear in most games. They can with GM permission, and we'll talk about why I think they're okay here in a second. The idea is take this, treat it like race traits, staple it onto your already present race, and bam, Animal Lord. This template can be added to any humanoid of 10 hit dice or more, though the lore calls out an animal as well, so I'm gonna just squiggle in here that it can also be applied to an animal. Think like a super awaken spell. Said Animal Lord also gains the characteristics of one type of animal of a size no larger than one step larger than their size. This increases the CR of the given whatever it is by 2, if you subscribe to those things. Anyway, more on that in a minute. Again, the Animal Lord's alignment, much like a druid's, must be any neutral, and its type changes to Native Outsider with the Shape Changer subtype. The Animal Lord gains the senses of both the base creature and the base animal in both forms, and it gains the base animal or base creature's natural armor bonus, probably the animal, whichever is higher. In both forms, the bonus is increased by +2, so, why not? All the AC and DR10 over silver, as well as all of the base animal's defensive abilities in both forms. Like I said, werewolf on steroids, and divine charge, anywho. In addition, the Animal Lord's base speed, again, same as the base creature or base animal. Animal Lords with base animals that have burrow speeds, climb speeds, fly speeds, or swim speeds can use that mode of movement even in humanoid form, growing the necessary appendages as necessary. In humanoid form, an Animal Lord can instantaneously transform parts of its body to make all of the natural attacks possessed by the base animal. An Animal Lord typically prefers to use its natural attacks in melee combat, but often carries manufactured range weapons to diversify its portfolio as well. And of course, all of the special attacks possessed by the base animal are gained and can be employed in both forms. An Animal Lord gains all of the base animal's racial modifiers to skill checks and uses the higher ability score between the base creature and the base animal as their base ability scores, then increases all their scores by 4. Why not? Yeah, I'm more wolfy now than I was before. That makes me smarter. You can't tell me otherwise. And as we've been alluding to this whole time, the Animal Lord has 2 forms. A humanoid form and an animal form. When an Animal Lord in humanoid form uses the base animal's defensive abilities, movement types, attacks, etc., the Animal Lord's body changes as appropriate to allow you to rip someone's throat out with your teeth. Fun! The Animal Lord can, of course, use this ability to take the shape of the base animal as per the spell Shape Change as a move action. In both forms, an Animal Lord is treated as if constantly under the effects of a Speak with Animals spell, but only to the animals related to its particular animal form. In addition, the Animal Lord can cast Charm Animal on any animal of its affinity as a spell-like ability at will, caster level equaling its hit dice, and that's not all. The Animal Lord also gets to add one flavorful, special, sometimes homebrewed thing depending on what animal they chose. This ability is called Species Affinity. For example, a Bear Lord does a d6 extra points of damage when it makes a grapple. Rat Lords get a +2 bonus on fort saves. Edge Lords have the best backstories. You know, all that classic stuff. And really only so many animal forms are filled out here. We have official content for bears, canines, cats, crocodiles, dinosaurs, at least like the carnivorous ones, raptors, think birds of prey, rats, sharks, and serpents, but there's no, say, like Octopus Lord, Giant Sloth Lord, and before you turn your nose up, it's not the worst idea in the world. I've GM'd for it on a monk. It was real painful. Elephant Lords, things of that nature. So again, this template is totally wide open for whatever it is you want to do for your character. And really, as always, I don't think templates are that broken. Yes, in like a 4-man party on a 15-point buy, no, probably don't do this. Especially like a published adventure path or something. Sure, you're going to run away with the meta. I agree. But in a homebrew game, where all you as the GM have to do is increase the difficulty of encounters, give everyone silver weapons, target the will save, and cast Hold Now Monster, because it'll miss Hold Person, you still win. Though the Animal Lord has kind of the same thing going for it as, say, like a Synthesist Summoner, or a 3.5 Druid, that is to say, if you know you're playing one, all of your points / all of your dice rolls went to your 3 mental stats, knowing you were going to grab animal stats eventually anyway, but everybody's got a weakness. And if you think it could sell your story a little more, yeah, by all means, use templates in your campaign. The Animal Lord fits into almost any trope. Is the world ending? Nature will of course have its say and send a representative. Ancient evil, reawakening, 1,000-year curse coming to fruition, something undead, something vampire lord. Yeah, nature has a problem with that. And of course, they would choose a champion, and who better than to choose the PCs. But again, I may be a little biased. #GreenFaith. Now, one that I do want to point out, my favorite Animal Lord, though I haven't played it, harkens back to some 3.5 feats, the Raptor Lord, who for the record has feathery looking and brightly colored hair, wide searching eyes, and an aquiline nose, also deals double damage with any charge that starts 10 or more feet above its target, and of course you have a fly speed. It's like a little baby spirited charge, except you probably can find some way to get Pounce and go in with Kukris and, you know, just win the game. But I guess I'm trying to persuade people to let these be played. That doesn't work. Don't let them do it. Nope. Perfectly balanced and stuff. Anyway, what do you guys think about the Animal Lord? Have you played one? Would you play one? Have you perhaps used or fought one in a given encounter? Throw it in the comments. Let me know. And that, my friends, is all we have time for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and truly, Merry Christmas, one and all, to everyone out there. Next week, on the Forgotten Race review, we're breaking open that third party. From Dreamscarred Press, it's the Blue Goblin. See you then.